What's up, people? Welcome to week 16. Uh, I'm in a different room because I'm doing this county testing all week, so that's why I've had a weird schedule. I haven't been able to get this recorded as soon as I wanted to. I apologize. Okay. But hopefully, a lot of you are so far you've taken so much from this class that you are really confident in this SA3 and getting this thing done and stuff. But I hope that before y'all have actually submitted your essay, that you watch this final lecture while I review over just some things that already discussed. Okay. I'm really not about filler in this class. I don't like busy work. I don't like doing things that don't really apply to the expectation, the standards, which for this course is writing a college level paper with correct formatting, the integration of quotes, proper punctuation, those types of things. This course is all about mastering that ability to talk about the things that you are going to be uh, learning throughout your entire time spent in college and being able to write a paper that communicates to your professors what you know. Okay. So everything's been about that. So I know a lot of things we do probably in this class you found repetitive, but it's through repetition that we really get to where we're trying to go. I was my 1102 class I took one year, the one that I took in college. It was mostly just a literature course, and it kind of missed the whole point that it was really meant to get us focused in on writing and focused in on communicating, and that the real focus is not on the actual literature, which is great, but your ability to actually write a college level paper. Okay, so that's been the focus for this class, and I've been trying to keep continued focus on that and that kind of guiding us through this. All right, so just to review real fast the SA3 expectations. This is an analytical essay. It's not a summary. So as I'm reading your papers, I shouldn't be getting tons of summary. I should be getting mostly um, analysis. Okay. This paper, let's see, it's analytical. Yep. There should be a works cited page on it. Yep. It should be 4 full pages, about 1,400 words. Okay. So the length of this essay does matter. It does need to be um, about 14. I will be looking for that, about 1,400 words. Okay. I put that there for a reason. So I'm looking for that 1,400 word mark. Okay. And that you have 3 secondary sources in this essay that are all from different sources, it's not all the same. Okay. And that, of course, that in this, you are discussing topics and you're discussing issues, themes that the story addresses. You're not just summarizing, okay, or explaining things that are obvious from the text. So I have 3 kids. Kids, I don't know your ages. You could be older than me. I have 3 people um, whose rough drafts were sent to me that I'm going to read and look at and comment on, and essentially demonstrate how I would actually grade these essays if these were final drafts. Okay. Now I do want to emphasize. I said this in my announcement. I have very little time to grade all these essays. I have to determine my final grades, not SA3 grades, but my final grades in on Wednesday, May 3rd, which means I have 2 days to grade these essays, Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I'm finalizing all grades and sending those over, okay? I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not grading anything Wednesday morning. Nothing will be graded Wednesday morning. everything is graded Monday and Tuesday. I'm completely ignoring all of my students, all of my classes, pretty much, and grading everything Monday, Tuesday. I will be in my classroom early on Monday instead of at the gym where I like to go, and I will be in there early on Tuesday morning again instead of the gym where I like to be in the mornings. Grading your crap, okay? So you got to make sure it's there, all right? If you have makeup work, if you have any past essays, and just know, like if you're turning in late work, if it's completed fully, you're getting a 70. That's like the highest grade you can get, okay? Whether that's essay 1, essay 2, or other work, all right? So make sure, but listen, a 70 is better than a 0 in the grade book. A 70 is a C. So you need to make sure that you get all stuff in. Please don't email me asking me for permission to turn in late work. Just, if you have late work, if you have essays that are late, turn them in. Don't ask me if you can do it. Just do it. Turn it in. Okay. But they have to be turned in by like Tuesday. I'll say the cutoff because I won't be grading past 3 o'clock on Tuesday. So the cutoff is like Tuesday by Tuesday morning. If you're doing makeup work, oh, no. I've already said this in the email. Sunday night. Sunday night is when you need to turn everything in. Okay. Because again, like I'm grading Monday and Tuesday. So if you have a failing grade Tuesday night, that sucks. I'm not grading things on Wednesday. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Here we go. So let's work on this. The beauty within a stepsister. Okay. This book is about stepsister. So I imagine this stepsister here is not referring to the title, but it's referring to an actual stepsister. So clever. Okay. All right. Let me check formatting first. Let's see. I want to select all. Oh wait, my keyboard. Oh, there we go. Select all. I'm gonna go to paragraph. 0, 0, double. Look at that. It's perfect. 0, 0, double. That's the way it should look. 0, 0, double. If it was inconsistent, this would not. These zeros would not be here. This double wouldn't be here. It'd be blank. All right. Or some people have theirs where it's like 8. Like watch the difference. Okay. Watch the difference here when I click OK. All right. Watch. See that? A lot of people will have theirs like this. And there is an additional space between these lines. And they're like, I'll say, I don't think the formatting's right. And they're like, no, it is. Look, I mean, it says double. It's double. And then I have to say, we'll look over here to the after box where it says 8. That 8 should be a 0. Now, when I hit enter, watch how these lines close up some. Boom. Okay. So, Ibram, good job. You had yours correct. Notice the formatting here is justify. Okay. I'm still getting papers that look like that. That's incorrect. Incorrect. It shouldn't look like that. It should be like that. Okay. Justify, not to the left. Okay. So let's look at word count. Let's see if you can see this. There we go. 17,000 words. Not 17,000. 1,700 words. Yes. So that's good. Okay. How many words that you should have? I mean, minimum 1,400. Okay. All right. So we got a lot of background here with this Isabel. Okay. And then we have this thesis right here. Jennifer Donnelly, which I imagine is the author, addresses the effects of abuse through the story of Cinderella's stepsisters and the trials of women who do not conform to societal norms. Cool. Thesis. Boom. There we go. I know what the thesis is. Abuse and trials of women. All right. So Isabel faces abuse throughout her childhood. The shame from not following societal standards and the pressure to be someone else. Okay. We have the quote, verbal abuse. It's not that you can't, or you can begin a sentence with a quote as long as it's integrated. Verbal abuse can be communicated by silence, damaging gossip, and other passive aggressive behaviors. Verbal abuse may consist of shouting, insulting, intimidating, threatening, shaming, demeaning, and name calling. And Mammon uses all of these. Okay. I would introduce this quote a little bit better. Okay. Um, I would move this line up here personally. And then I would say, is Mammon like the stepmom? I would put what's called in a positive. Mammon, comma, uh, the book's wicked stepmother, if that's who she is, stepmother or stepsister or whoever, okay? Provided just a little bit of context. Verbally abuses Isabel because she does not follow uh, the rules society sets for women. Being pretty, okay, all right. Stark. And I kind of like to introduce quotes with like who says it. Like Stark. Like I might say something like Sharon Stark explains how verbal abuse can be communicated by silence, image, and Amanda uses all of these. All right, and then you don't need the Stark since you've already said who it is. That kind of works a little bit better. It's kind of like letting us know that we're about to have this quote and prepares us for it, and we go into it. And then we have a reference to it, how it's integrated into the context of the story because Mammon uses all of these. Um, Isabel. Isabel is adventurous, ride horses, pretends to be generals, duels chickens, and all the things that are not ladylike. Okay, maybe uses all of these, and maybe uses all of these to put down Isabel for being adventurous, riding horses, pretending to be generals, dueling chickens, and all the things that are not ladylike. Okay. Okay, let's look at this other quote. She believes prettiness equates to prosperity, but that comes from the lies and shame that Mammon has told Isabel. Um, Sadly, verbal abuse continues the cycle of abuse because many abused individuals become abusers themselves. Now, oh, hold on, I don't know if you can see this. My lights went. Okay, sorry. So, the problem with this quote is that this quote would work if this is being applied to Mammon, and Mammon's past. Like this quote is talking about how people who are verbally abused often become abusers. Okay, so like this, here we have here we have Isabel became an abuser due to an event in her childhood. Okay, okay. So this is about how Mammon is currently abused. Okay, All right, so then I would say this. I told her, which correlates to the research that has found that, and then I'll get rid of this sadly, that verbal abuse continues the cycle. Okay. Now this is another quote from Stark. Same. So I guess we are using multiple in this paragraph. Okay. All right. Next paragraph. As Isabel discovers, not only do women have negative consequences when they accept the benevolent sexism about acting imposing, harmful, da da da. Okay. Now this quote is long. It's a little too long. Okay. It's 3.5. I don't normally want people to use quotes this long. If you're going to use a quote this long, that's over 3 lines. Okay. Then you need to do what's called a block quote. Let's see. I think you would combine this here. Any woman who does not fall into the homemaker role is looked down upon, as Isabel discovers. Then you can have a colon. I'm sorry. Yeah, colon. You hit enter and you tab twice. Okay, and then, all right, that's called a block quote. And oh, it needs to be indented twice, not just one time. There we go. Okay. All right, so now we have a 4-line indented block quote. Okay, great. And you don't block quotes, you don't need quotation marks because it is already. Oh no, yeah, you do. What am I talking about? All right, there we go. All right, if Isabel submits to sexism, she's accepted by society and degraded by men. But if she stands against sexism, she's embracing herself and rejected by society. So it's a win-lose situation. Okay, good. Um, okay, this is what we would call this a lose-lose situation, really, not a win-lose. Because like she's not really winning. If she chooses to stand up for herself, she loses. If she chooses not to stand up for herself, she still loses because like she's losing something in both situations. If she stands up for herself, then she's rejected from society. That's ultimately a loss. If she accepts the sexism, okay, and is accepted by society, she has lower self-esteem and hates herself. That's a lose-lose situation. Okay, a lose-win situation would be if you choice A you lose, choice B you win. Which one do you want? Okay, but either way, here this is a lose-lose for her because she's a woman. That sucks. All right, let's look at this one. One day, Tanquil is willing to grant the wish of her heart. Isabel thinks of her happiest memories. Quotes Donnelly 72. That's good. That's good. Okay, okay, that's good. I'm really looking about how they are integrated. All right, this is great. Look, we got a quote within a quote. The ugly comments from the townspeople are damaging her soul. It comes to the point where she asks Felix, great, asks, so therefore we have comma. We have the quotation mark because this is a quote from the book, but this is a quote within a quote. So when you have a quote within a quote, you use the singular quotations also. Single, single. So at the very beginning, it looks like 3. Then it's single here, single, 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 and then it ends with 3. That's perfect. That's exactly right. You need to make sure that if you are using a quote within a quote, that's what you're doing. All right, I feel really good about this. Oh, look, we got a reference to a poem, and so we have great usage of dashes here to indicate lines. Okay, all right. Finally, works cited page. We have a reference to my Angelou. What? Okay. Donnelly, the actual book, and then the sources. Great, and the alphabetical order. Yep. This is exactly how the works cited page should look. Works cited at the top. Alphabetical order, A, D, G, S. 3 sources, and then the primary source. Okay. Hanging indent. First line is normal. Second line is indented. Okay. First line is normal. The subsequent lines are indented. Perfect. Okay. So look, even though I made corrections on this essay and some like tips, ultimately this paper is an A. Just the way it was turned in, it was an A. Now, if this person, it might be like a lower A, like a 92, but the person makes some of the adjustments that I've made on here, then it would be an A. It would be a high A. But regardless, like I would be very happy if people submitted if all their essays were like this. All the ones that I'm looking at for essay 3 were like this. You got an A for this paper, okay? Whether that's a 92 or a 98, this is definitely an A. This is something that we should definitely strive for. Formatting's correct, the use of quotes correct, the works cited page is correct, the formatting, the integration of quote, all of that stuff is correct. So that's what I want. Okay, that's really what I want. The other, most of the stuff that I commented on were not really errors, just like tips. Okay, awesome. So that's definitely an A paper. Okay, let's look at this one. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde analysis by Carly Rose. Not a real person here. Okay. Okay. So already you can see this would lose points because it's only 993 words. Okay. It's supposed to be at least 1400. Okay, so that's problematic. Formatting, paragraph, 0 double. Great. Good job. Good job, Carly. That's exactly right. It needs to be, the formatting's correct. Okay. Let me get this guy out of the way. All right. Look, it's all justified. Good, good, good. Okay. Works cited page. A R S. Good, good, good. Let's get this to. Let's not cap. Look, I know this person probably used easy bib. Good, good, good. But just because easy bib is capitalized every letter does not mean the whole it really needs to be capitalized. Okay. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. Okay. This just needs to be not all capitalized. It should be consistent formatting all the way through. Okay. So that needs to be corrected down there. Okay. Now, of course, I'd say this only. I haven't read this whole thing. This could just only be partial. All right. So like Carly Rose, and that's not your real name. Uh, that I'm not necessarily saying that your paper is only your final submission will be this. Hopefully it won't be, but this is the rough draft. Okay. So part of that rough draft will be to fix it, make it longer. Okay. So here we have a reference to the title of the book, Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We have an italics, as it should be, but then there's also quotation marks, which should not be there. You should not be quoting and using quotation marks and italics if you're referencing the title of a book. Okay. Let's get to our thesis. In this narrative, he claims that the morality of a person, the reputation and class of a person, and the appearance of a person can ultimately make them good or bad to an individual. Furthermore, combining these traits can have a huge effect on how people will view your identity for many years, even after your death. To an individual, I don't know what this means. That I'm confused on. Claims that the morality of a person, the reputation, and the appearance and of a person needs to get. I think we just need to do the morality, the reputation. Are you going to talk about reputation and class and appearance? So I would just get rid of. But this tells me that I should expect 4 body paragraphs: morality, reputation, class, and appearance. That the morality, reputation, class, and appearance of a person, oops, can ultimately make them good or bad. This to me is ambiguous. It's kind of confusing. Make them good or bad to an individual. I think maybe what you're trying to say is affect the the way they are perceived. Oops. Perceived. Can I type today? Holy God. Okay, something like that. Affects how one is perceived. Morality, reputation. No, you don't. No. It's a comedy, big dork. So I need. Okay. He claims that the morality, reputation, class, and appearance of a person can ultimately affect the way one is perceived. There we go. Okay. In his novel, Stevenson explains the importance that the morality of a person makes them appear to be good or bad to others. This sentence is confusing. Stevenson explains the importance that the morality of a person makes them appear to be good or bad to others. Maybe explains the role that one's morality makes makes in a person's perception. Phrased very awkwardly. So like this would lose points just because of the confusing nature in which the way this is being written. Um, Good or bad. Stevenson explains the role that one's morality plays. I guess plays in a person's perception, okay, or self-perception, or a person's judgment of others or by others. All right, let's get to the quote. Dr. Jekyll states that his morals were undignified as well as malign and villainous. Okay. He describes how Hyde's morals differ from the world's values and eliminate a bad person. This follows suit with the Victorian moral codes at the time, which were as BetterHelp describes. BetterHelp. Let's go down here to sources. LinkedIn. Okay. So this is the title of the article. Okay, that's edited by this team. All right. So instead, going up here, you wouldn't write uh, better as BetterHelp describes. Okay, so instead, okay, what I would do is put this here. There we go. And I would put this follows suit with the moral norms of the Victorian era. With the Victorian era, which which emphasized, I'll say emphasized, or you should say emphasized faith, charity, and respect. And then you put, like you put in the parenthetical citation, you put the title of the article because the title of the article is what is stated here. Okay. What you put in the parentheses should be what is the first thing. So like if I'm quoting, how does appearance influence people's behavior? I'm putting my parenthetical citation, adds money. When if I'm quoting reputation and repression, light bulb revision by light bulb revision. Ooh, I don't know if this is a good source that I would use in a college paper. Okay, but regardless, though, I would put this in the parenthetical citation. All right, uh, it's best for college papers to not use sources that don't have an actual author's last name. Okay. If it doesn't have an author, I wouldn't use it. I think it'd be best to, or maybe I just have one of those. You don't need a page number for this because it's a website. Okay, let's see. More quote from Stevenson. Okay. His reputation of being a successful doctor and part of the upper class made Jekyll well liked and known by many to be a good person. Light bulb revision agrees by saying the Victorian society put a high value on gentleman's good reputation, and there was huge pressure to conform to society's expectations. Okay. Well, I mean, like, yeah, but I'm sure that there's a, you know, I mean, just, saying it out loud. Hey, so did y'all know that light bulb revision says this? Like, that just doesn't sound like a really reliable source. Okay. Doesn't sound like someone who's actually, um, who is researches this stuff, is a scholarly expert, or that you can really trust that they've gone to scholarly experts. Light bulb revision, like that just does not, it's not collegiate. Okay, so if this person has time to work on this essay before turning it in, I would suggest probably get a better source. Okay. And all of you out there, I really wouldn't use, I give a presentation about things that, research that you can pull from besides Galileo. You can do like the New Yorker and Atlantic. Everything posted by those websites in New York Times, they have like authors and it's been like researched and it's been fact checked and it's been edited. Those are good sources. Light bulb revision, I don't think is the best source to be using. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Also, like the paragraphs are these paragraphs are short. This claim, this is research. His reputation of being a successful doctor and part of the upper class, which are well liked and known by many to be a good person. This is fact from the book. That is also research. Okay. Leibel argues this. my mouse. Okay. That is also research, data, summary. Okay. Which means that this right here is analysis. If you recall my lesson on the way a paragraph should be formatted and how much it should be, and support analysis. The structure is correct, but the analysis should be 50% of the paragraph, which means that if you're having, you add up your claim and your research or your data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5, 6.5 lines. Therefore, your whole analysis should be that same length. So that means that this person needs to write 1, 2, at least 3.5 more lines of analysis and explanation, not summary, but explanation and analysis in order to get to have a better grade. Okay, this is not enough explanation. There's too much data reliance, too much reliance on summary, and not enough real explanation and analysis. The right side, Mr. Hyde looked displeasing, deformed, and even downright detestable. Okay. Also, like looking at these quotes, Stevenson, page 1. Stevenson, page 1. Now 52, that's good. So a lot of these quotes are 49, 52, 49. All right, we want to see a variety. I want to see a variety of page numbers. I don't want to see all the pages coming from just one area. So far, yeah, we're seeing that they're different ones. That's good. All right, LinkedIn. Okay, Larry Otzman, writer for LinkedIn, states that appearance influences how we perceive things. Okay, so at least that's a writer. Fine, that's a writer. Okay. All right, but like again, this paragraph, appearance is heavily discussed. Okay. Claim. He writes how his appearance does not do himself any favors because he leads people to make it perceived. Notion that is a bad person. Okay, this is definitely, now this is kind of, this is some explanation, analysis. So I'll give you that. This person, okay, here. This is some research. The appearance of a person could affect a person's house. Okay, this is explanation, so I give you that. This one has plenty of the in terms of percentages. Yeah, this one's is split well, but it's still just too short. It's just like way too short for college, for a third paper kind of paragraph. Okay, so this one is longer, which looks good. Okay, but and I'm sure like now this is just another body paragraph. This is about this is reference to Ted Bundy. Yep. Oh, this is a conclusion. This pretty much paper wraps up. This is a conclusion. Um, real fast. Your conclusion should not be the longest paragraph. I'm not saying this is a bad conclusion. But what I'm saying though is that this conclusion is 1/3 of your actual paper, 308 of 973. When your body paragraph actually talking about your book is half that, 128. This body paragraph is 153, and this body paragraph is 147. Okay, so your body paragraphs are 428 words, and your conclusion is 309. So that's too much. Okay, that's too much. Not too much though if you make these paragraphs much longer. Okay, if like it's better to have a shorter intro and a shorter conclusion with really long body paragraphs than it is to have shorter body paragraphs but longer introduction conclusion. Okay. All right. So I was going to do a third paper, but I don't have time. It's already 40 minutes in. I think I've gone over enough. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Let me hit real fast at this works cited page. This looks good. Only problem is this AN comes before AT, so that needs to switch. ANATRS, good. And then this needs to be lowercase. This needs to be Stevenson. And this needs to be Robert. Can I type? Lewis. Okay. All right, and this needs to be Union Square and Co. Okay. All right. So good luck, y'all. Think about see if you did any of those things that I discussed in your own paper, and if so, correct it, fix it, add to it, adjust it, do whatever it is that you got to do. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be around. Send me an email. All right, y'all. Bye bye.